Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. So excited about today's video because I am doing a favorites video. If you are an OG Grace and Grit viewer and you have watched me for years, you'll remember that I used to do favorite videos quite often, to be honest, and then they weren't something that really did well on my channel. They weren't something that I just was super passionate about making because I felt like I was kind of sharing things on Instagram. When I would find something cool, I would like leave a link over there. And so I just really got away from doing them. In fact, I looked on my channel and the last time that I did a favorites video was called Winter Favorites 10 Things I've Been Loving Lately, and I published it last February in 2021. So it's been about 13 months since I've done a favorites video. I actually have quite a few of them on my channel under a playlist called Shopping Hauls and Favorite Product Reviews. And yeah, like I haven't put a new video on this playlist since I did a back to school video at the beginning of the school year, so like in August. So I really haven't put much content on this, and it just blew me away that it's been an entire year. So I figure we can chat about some favorite things I've been loving lately. I, being the woman that I am, made categories for myself because think of it, like there's been a year, it's been a whole year since I've gotten on here. What am I going to share with you guys? So I just was like, it's been a year, Ashley, just pick the things that are coming to mind most recently. So that's what I have here to share with you guys. I do want to thank today's video sponsor. It is Skillshare, and Skillshare is a huge favorite of mine. When it comes to homeschooling, I've been utilizing the Skillshare platform in a different way in the last few months, and I'm going to tell you guys more about that here in a second as I jump into the homeschooling favorites. But I wanted to give you a little intro, so of course I will do my best to link everything I can down below for you guys if you're looking for anything that I talk about in this video. And as I already said, it's been a year, so I just had to go with things that were coming to mind quickly. I'm going to cover all the categories: books, clothing, some products, some homeschool stuff, some podcasts, some, I think that's everything, those categories. So let's get started. So as I mentioned, Skillshare is sponsoring today's video, and I wanted to tell you guys about Skillshare because I think it is an amazing resource to use in your homeschool if you're a homeschooling mom. Of course, a lot of you know Skillshare as a platform where you can go on there and explore any interests that you may have, learning new skills, new things yourself. There's so much wonderful information on Skillshare, ranging from lifestyle content to art content to business help, especially if you do any kind of social media or photography business. There are so many classes: photography, watercoloring, like the list goes on and on. But my personal way to use Skillshare this year in 2022 is going to be in my homeschool, because I have found that their classes on there for art are amazing for kids. I'm going to insert some clips here from my cute little 4th grader. She was doing a watercolor shark painting on Skillshare. She did that with an instructor named Win, and she has quite a few videos actually that she titles Art for Kids, and you can kind of see what they're going to be creating in the picture. She does a wonderful job at laying out the materials they need, and this is something that if you have an 8, 9, 10, maybe even 7-year-old, they can do pretty much on their own. So I turn it on the computer, I let it play, and she just loves to create. The class for this shark painting that she did was only 12 minutes long. We did pause it a few times because she needed to kind of catch up, but in reality, it probably took her less than 20 minutes to do this art lesson, which is what I absolutely love. Skillshare's information is always to the point, it's concise, it's very informational and professionally done, and I love it so much. So I will have a link down below where the first 1,000 people to use the link down below can get a 1 month free trial of Skillshare Premium, so you can check it out in your homeschool. You will not regret it. There are so many things on there that your kids can do. And also you, don't forget about yourself. If you're wanting to learn anything new in 2022, Skillshare is the place to go. So all that information will be down below, and Skillshare is one of my favorite things that I wanted to share with you guys for homeschooling for this favorites video. The next thing that I have to share with you guys in the homeschool realm is the Constitution course. I just brought up the course book from The Good and the Beautiful. You guys know, if you're regular watchers, that this course was released over the summer, and I got to be a part of some promotional videos for this course. I knew I wanted to do it this year, but I wanted to do it at a specific time of the year, and the time has come. We are like 7 lessons deep in this US Constitution course, and I am blown away. Absolutely blown away by it. It is amazing. It is so engaging, and it is so beautifully done. I knew I loved it just by reading through it, looking at it, talking with the creators who made it. Like, I knew I was going to love it, but actually doing it and reading the material and doing the lessons with my children, and then having the conversations we've been having in our homeschool following our lessons, it has been amazing, amazing. I cannot stress it enough. So you guys know my oldest is in 9th grade. The course says it's recommended for 4th to 8th grade. We put 9th grade right in there. I am going to give her half of a credit for government for this unit study, and then we'll figure out the other half at another point. But this course is amazing. I absolutely love and adore it, and that definitely had to be on the list for favorites for homeschooling. So, oh, and here is Olivia's little shark painting that she made on Skillshare using that class by M. Wynn. So I wanted to show you guys the finished product. It's so cute. Okay, so the next category I have for you guys is basically what I'm calling a read category. What are my favorite things I've been reading? So this year, to start off 2022, I have started this new Bible study book called 12 Extraordinary Women, by John MacArthur, How God Shaped Women of the Bible and What He Wants to Do with You. So I have the book, which is here, and then I have the workbook, this is called. So I have both. Now, if you guys are not familiar with something called BSF, it stands for Bible Study Fellowship. That was my first exposure to like in-depth Bible study as a Christian, and I absolutely loved BSF. I grew leaps and bounds in BSF, but when I made the decision to homeschool my kids, BSF wasn't something that I could continue to do. I tried to go to the night classes, and it just wasn't going to work. So I have missed the in-depth study with like lots and lots and lots of questions, lots and lots and lots of scripture to look up, and just the, I don't know, the intensive nature of it. I have missed that, and this workbook is giving me BSF feel. Like it's really, really, really good. If you are new to the faith, or if you've been walking with God for a long time, there is so much wisdom that we can learn through this study from John MacArthur, and I am just over the moon about it. I know that this is going to be one of my favorite Bible studies I've ever done. I can already tell. And yeah, it's giving me BSF feels, which I love. Another thing that I've been reading that I'm not sure, depending on when this video goes up, it's probably not going to make it, but here's what I'm going to say. I have a friend who has an account called Learning Well on Instagram. She is a fellow homeschooling mom, and she created a homeschooling magazine that is released seasonally. So this copy I have here is only issue 2, so it's just getting started, and it's spring 2022. She was very passionate about getting a paper product in the hands of homeschoolers because we spend so much of our time consuming screen. And there is something to be said about holding a magazine in your hands like this while you sip your coffee like this, and you just soak it up. So I'm so proud of her. She is just amazing. I actually got to be featured in here. You guys can see, this is a day in the life. And if you watch my channel, you see day in the lives all the time. But there was something so, this is like me making lunch and Olivia doing her chores. I'm sure you've seen some of these pictures before, but there's something really, really cool about seeing it in print. And she always includes like recipes, seasonal activities. This is spring, so like just the photography. I mean, she is so talented at what she does. Her name is Alicia, and she has older teenagers as well. And so she recognizes that in the homeschooling world, there is far, far, far less for moms who are homeschooling teens. And so she strives to fill in that gap. And so in every issue, there is something relating to teenagers and homeschooling. And since this one is a spring issue, naturally she's talking about graduation in here. And you know, I haven't thought too much about, I think this is her son who graduated. I haven't thought too much about graduation because honestly it sends me down an emotional spiral. But the fact is I've got about 3 more years, and which is, I can't even. If you have been watching me since I started, think of Kylie in the 3rd grade, and now we're 3 years away from high school graduation. Just think about that for a second. If you've been watching me that long, please leave me a comment below because I really want to know how many of you have been. But anyway, amazing ideas in here that made me feel excited about celebrating that accomplishment of hers, but also mine. Like me graduating my first student from homeschool, like, oh my gosh, I did it. Like, I'm gonna start bawling, so I can't talk about it. Anyway, Learning Well. If you probably won't be able to get the spring one because she does have like cutoff dates, but look out for summer. Follow them on Instagram. That way you can stay up to date. I really, really, really love receiving this magazine in the mail. Okay, the next thing that I've been reading that I absolutely love is on Audible. Let's see. So I read 2 books on Audible this year so far. So I had Even Exile by Rebecca Merkel. I needed to finish that one up. I started it last year and then I just kind of got away from it, and I wanted to finish it before I bought a new book on Audible. And so I finished that book. If you've never read or listened to Eve in Exile, highly recommend it. Now, I don't agree with everything she said, of course, but like all things, take the meat and spit out the bones. There was a lot of really great stuff in there about our role in the kingdom as women and as mothers. And more than ever, I think it's really critically important that women understand why God created us the way he did, and that we're not being minimized or reduced. It's actually like the complete opposite of the feminism movement. And I would consider myself like, I have a strong female personality, but I'm not a feminist by any means. And so it was really, really engaging and insightful, and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, I finished up the last few chapters of that. And then the next book that I've moved on to that I'm listening to on Audible. So I have like my Bible study that I'm reading in person, and then I have another book I'm reading in person. But when I'm in the car and I don't want to listen to a podcast and I don't want to listen to music, then I will listen to a book. And my goal is to read a lot more, whether by visually reading it or listening to it this year. So we'll see how I do with that. But I wanted to read Kayleigh McEnany's book. She was the press secretary for President Trump, and her book is called For Such a Time as This. And it's her story, like her life story basically. And And I just always was so impressed with her and just the way she handled everything that was thrown at her. And I learned so much about her. And it was just a really great book. So it's one that I will have my oldest daughter read as well. So it's completely like safe and appropriate for teenage girls, which is awesome. So I really enjoyed it. So that is another thing that I have been reading that I loved. Now let's talk about things that I have been watching that we loved. Now, not just me, but we watch, when I watch something, it's generally with my family because I do not watch very much TV, if any at all. I have work to do at night and I have editing, and so I just am not a huge TV person. And also, I just always feel like there's something that I could be better doing with my time, to be honest. So I don't watch a ton of TV, but I have watched a few things that I wanted to share with you guys. The first thing being this documentary on Disney Plus. It's under the National Geographic section called Rescue. Now, your kids could also watch this with you, but it is a little scary at points, so keep that in mind. But Jake and I watched it first, and then we had the kids watch it because we really loved it and thought it was so well done. It is a secular documentary, so they don't give God the credit for the miracle that was performed, but we still did. And also it shows a lot of the culture of that area in the Philippines, I believe, or Thailand. I can't remember which one, but anyway, it brought up some good discussion. So, but the story is of a soccer team that was trapped in a cave. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's an incredible miracle story. Highly recommend watching that on Disney Plus under the National Geographic section. The next thing that I watched, or that we're currently watching and we've been loving, is a show called All Creatures Great and Small. That is on Amazon, and we did purchase it. I think it was like $20 for the season. But again, really great show to watch with your kids. My older kids really enjoy it because it's live actors. It's not like a cartoon, but it's based off of James Herriot and his life as a veterinarian, and it's just a really, really good show. So we've been watching that as a family and really enjoying it. And then the next show I have to tell you guys is something that I watched at night by myself while my kids went to bed, and that is on Amazon as well. It's the documentary Lula Rich, talking about the LuLaRoe MLM scheme and how that all went down. And really, really good. It was 4 episodes long. I really enjoyed it. It was actually really crazy. I wasn't surprised by anything that I found out about that, because if you lived in the US during those years, you remember the legging fanatics. Like, I had friends that were doing that. I had like distant family members doing that. When I used to be on Facebook, I remember all those lives with all those leggings, and like, so learning the back end of it was just so crazy. And it's one, I don't think I've ever announced this, but here's a good time to do that. I am adamantly against MLMs. I have never, ever joined one and done any of the recruiting and anything like that, because it's just so wrong. It's just all wrong. And there was one that I did like their product, the Shakeology product, but I only signed up like because I wanted a discount. I never recruited people. Like, I just never did that. And I never posted my link anywhere. Like, there, you know, I've never been a part of any of that. And so with that being said, like, when you do social media for your job, and you're not attached to some MLM, it's like really rare. That's all I'm gonna say. And so I watched that, and it just like furthered my feel on it. Super wrong. And that's why I just am not a part of any of that. So that's what I've been watching that I've really, really been loving. Now, For using, so that is a category that I have here to share with you guys, and I have a few things that I wanted to show you about this thing being at the top of the list. So let me tell you guys a little something. I am someone who loves a massage. Well, I used to love a massage when I could go and get one without with being able to like breathe. But anyway, I love massages, but every single time I've gotten a massage, I've had to tell them like, oh, more pressure, more pressure. So I like it borderline where it hurts. So this thing right here is a neck massager, and I'm showing you neck and shoulder massager, and I carry all of my tension and stress in my neck. So you put your arms through it like this, and obviously the more you drop your arms, the more intense it's gonna be on your neck and shoulders and the pressure. So if you have your arms here, or you know, even if you took them out and you held it, it would be much less pressure. But I've always thought that massagers like this were gonna be like vibration, and that does absolutely nothing for me. So I ordered this with hesitancy off of Amazon after a friend recommended it to me. I'm obsessed with this thing, you guys, and it actually works so well that I've been sore when like the next morning in my neck, because it's just loosened up so much of my muscles and from working out. It's amazing, amazing. I'm obsessed and I love it so much. The next thing that I have to share with you guys that I've been using is this Fenty Beauty highlighter duo in the color Kilowatt, and I actually have it on right now. It's like a very subtle highlighter, and I love the colors. It's so pretty and perfect, and I really love this. I actually got it in a FabFitFun box, but I'm obsessed, and I will be ordering this when I run out. And then the last thing that I have for the using category is this Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss in the color Pillow Talk. Jamie Kite sent me this lip kit for my birthday, and I have loved Pillow Talk as a lipstick, but I didn't know they had a gloss, and I have it on right now. I am obsessed with this gloss. I love it, love it, love it. So if you're looking for like a pretty pink but also like not super pink lip gloss for spring, it's so good. Can't recommend it enough. So those are my favorites for using. For wearing, I have a few things to share with you guys here. The first thing is, I didn't want to get all of them out, but I'll link this down below for you guys. So these are called like resin hair clips, and I got a big package of them off of Amazon. These like big barrettes are really on trend right now, and I like fun hair accessories. I'm sure you guys have noticed with all of my headbands and stuff. I actually have them on right now. I like doing two like this and kind of pulling back one side of my hair. I think it's, can you see? I can't look and see, but you can see. I think it's a really fun but also age-appropriate way to accessorize and just dress up like a cute t-shirt and shorts. You put in some hair accessories and you look more put together. So I love those. I got a huge pack and I've been wearing them all the time. I also think it's cute too when you do it on both sides and then kind of have like it pulled back like that. But obviously better when I take the time to do it, or just one. I think it's really cute. So anyway, along with that, hi, we're going back to the 90s, and I'm obsessed with these clips. You guys, I used to wear these all the time, and also remember those zigzaggy things that you would pull your hair back like this? Like, I'm just waiting to see those again. You'd flip your head upside down, you'd fasten it down here, flip your hair back, and it was like a claw thing all around your head. Leave a comment if you remember. My daughter actually has butterfly clips that, remember those? We all used to twist it back and put in our butterfly clip, and so funny to see like stuff from when I was a kid coming back in style. But these things are awesome. Love them. And I have really thick hair, so to find some that are big like this that hold my hair well, I was really happy when I found these on Amazon, and I know I'm gonna be wearing them all summer to keep my hair up off my neck. The next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is my backpack purse. A lot of you have commented on Instagram asking about it. So I got this on Amazon. I purchased a backpack purse from this brand in a brown, like just like a camel color, back in 2020 because I wanted an anti-theft backpack for going to New Orleans before we went on our cruise, if you remember, if you've been watching. So this is an anti-theft backpack, and how that works is because the access to all your stuff rests on your back. I mean, of course, somebody could like tackle you and wrestle you, but no one's gonna be able to pickpocket you, is what I'm saying. So I had my tan one and I loved it, but it got really worn out after 2 years of using it pretty much all the time. So I ordered this gray one and I love it. I love it. The size is perfect. It holds just the right amount of stuff. It's like not so huge that it feels like I'm still carrying a diaper bag, but if I did have one baby, I could throw in a few things and it would still work. And the quality and the price, top notch for how long the other one lasted. So I wanted to share that, and I'll link that down below for you guys. All this stuff, I'll try. I will try. If I forget, leave me a comment because sometimes I do forget. So the last few things I have to share with you. First, I have some budget friendly things, and then I have one splurge item. And Ashley does not splurge on clothes very often, but I'm going to show you something that I got that I absolutely love and am obsessed with. But first, let's talk about discount or like budget friendly. So these are $8 tank tops from Target, and the brand is A New Day. Now these tank tops are my absolute favorite tank tops to wear in the summertime. They are cut so well. The neck is nice and high. It's cut in slightly on the shoulder, so for me, with having like a more muscular upper body, it's very flattering and complimentary. As you can see, they're only $8, so they only last about a season, especially if you wear them a lot. It's hot where we are, sweating. I wear them a ton, so I needed some new ones. So I got this burnt orange color, I got this like mauve brown color, then I just got a classic black, and I got a classic gray. All these colors, I love them all. I think they're all really complimentary colors on me, and this is my favorite tank top, hands down, to wear with just denim shorts, to wear under overalls, to wear with a little sweater over it. Like, they're so good. They're cut so well. So they're like ribbed like this, and they wash really well. They hold up decently for being $8. So Ashley recommends these tank tops. And the last thing is my splurge item that I wanted to share with you guys. So this is from Free People. Obviously it's on a hanger. I got this in Disney Springs. It is like their shacket is what it's called. And I love it. I love it so much. It was expensive. I'm not even gonna try to tell you it wasn't, because it was, but I had been saving for spending money, and you know, I'm not buying stuffed animals at Disney, so I saw that and I said, I have wanted that. My friend had one and I'm like, ooh, I really like that. And then I would see some other of my friends online have them and I'm like, yes, I love it. But I did size down. I got a small and I'm obsessed. There's so many ways to wear it. It's so comfy. It's so cute. It's super flattering if you like Free People style, and I just really love it. So that is going to be it for this favorites video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you were happy to see a favorites video on my channel, and be sure to check out the link to Skillshare down below so you guys can be one of the 1,000 to get that free trial. That will be down below for you. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you all really soon. Bye, friends.